Great. So,
Yeah.
hi everyone. So,
Hello.
this is
Good
Marc.
morning.
Yes, good morning to wherever you are in the world. These recordings are especially about highly sensitive men and Project ZEPHIR, and we combined it. Maybe we need to think of a new title that we combine it, Marc, but we'll see.
We'll find out. I mean, anything has to be aligned, so let's align it a little more if necessary. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I really appreciate that you want to share your opinions, the things that you're working on, and we go in depth. And you know that I'm working on my project where I'm advocating for highly sensitive men in the world. And you were also in the Global Highly Sensitive Men Summit experience, and you've seen that world. You've seen various men from all nationalities. Yeah, I was wondering what spoke to you from all the conversations that you've heard, from doing your own personal interview during the Global Summit.
First of all, I could feel how deep people are, and how it's not that easy to exchange about that, and speak about their own life and their own difficulties. And in the meantime, there was something very unique for each of them, but also converging. You can feel the same kind of deep, very deep energy, a human energy, which is not masculine, which is not feminine, which is like a kind of balance between all these worlds. And we really, I mean, the society always want to create a difference with like the woman power, girl power, and in the meantime, these guys who are really strong and in this kind of game. But reality is so much different. There is so much more nuance, and these people, these HSP people, they just have a very special perception of the world, and that's why it's getting very, very exciting.
Yeah.
So that's what I like in these people.
Yeah.
From my point of view of human being, not as an HSP.
And what responses did you get from your personal video, your personal interview?
Oh, it's about sharing what my own life and what I do and how I connect to the others, and how I use my deep sensitivity to help me in what I'm doing. So it's like a guideline for me. It helps me a lot in my connection with others, So, and sharing that was great. I really thank you for that. It's an opportunity. You don't do that. I don't do that in my daily life, ever. I'm not supposed to. The society is not like, what is he talking about? As a doer, you're like the strong man. It's like, well, let's push forward. But more and more, I'm mixing those two dimensions a lot.
Yeah. And what helps to mix those dimensions?
Being aware of what I have inside myself, this potential of connecting, of feeling, understanding. By being aware of that and saying, okay, it's okay. It's not like it's not a weakness. It's not something bad. It's something that is part of me, and I am like I am, and it's powerful. So, as an HSP, if you're really aware of that, just play with it. Use this potential. Don't blame yourself. It's who you are. So it's okay. It's all good. Even if you feel different, difference is great. That's because you're different that you can do great things. Great things is not about success. It's like great things because of who you are.
Yeah. So
that,
were there also people from your project who saw your global summit video?
yeah, I mean, a few of them, yeah. And but they know me, you know, so they're not that surprised. And so it's good to know and discover someone with another angle, you know. So it's nice. Yeah, I a very simple example of my friend and great champion Antoine Albeau, who's involved, of course, in ZEPHIR project. He's the one who will be breaking and really attempting to break this speed world records sailing. And Antoine is currently in Israel for world championship. So they didn't compete for the last 18 months. So all the guys have been training like hell for 18 months, and they're all there like they want to win. And Antoine did not really train that much for the last 18 months since he's been building his house. So he's been like, you know, sailing here and there. And so he got there, and at the beginning of the week, it's been a disaster for him. This great champion, he was there and missed some races and basic mistakes. He was not really there. And it's finishing. So we could see Antoine, I mean, like never before, you know, like not really in the best conditions. And so that's an angle that even Antoine is not used to. And after a few days, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, now he's winning again. You know, so you have those two different images of someone. You see someone in difficulty is not, I mean, and you are not used to see the person, you know, in this other, I would say, situation. And so that's where shifts happen, and that's where you learn so much about someone. So, and now it's getting back. I mean, there are 38 of the best sailors in Israel at the moment, and now is like back at the eighth place. So it's in top 8 after a disastrous first 2 days. I would say even 3 days out of 5. You know,
yeah.
So you know, so it's when you discover about this what you're saying about the videos and the summit, which was really great and exciting. And I hope that you will run more on this space. That was great. It's so important for people to discover someone in a different way.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And also thank you for your openness in your own personal video, because that's what the response that I got back from, that I received from people, that they appreciated your openness in sharing.
Very touching. Very touching. It's about sharing. It's all about sharing. I mean, what I do in this big project is about exploring a new way of creating the unknown, you know, achieving impossible things. But in the meantime, what are the keys? How do you do that? You know, so I'm doing it, and in the meantime, with you, for example, watching from the outside and looking at what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So at this very moment in the project, it's all about, on my side, there's so much running on, like 100 people involved. So at this moment here, we're looking for sponsors and finances. And in the meantime, we need to wrap these things up very properly with all the perfect interactions to switch into the like prototypes, measurements, feedbacks, and redesigning things. And all these things need to work together between calculation, tests on the water, videos. So that's where I need to make sure that everything is really in the perfect interaction. Yeah. Very sensitive moment.
Yeah.
So I need my sensitivity to achieve that.
Yeah, yeah, your talent. Yeah.
Yeah, so, that's my role. That's why I'm here. That's why I am in this project. That's what magic happens, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
And it's very, very exciting. You know, you have a big puzzle with so many people in your house, and you know, you pinpoint, okay, this thing is connected to this one. These guys need to connect more. So let's create this small group of people brainstorming. And then these guys there, they need this know-how here or this data. And that's where I am at the moment. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Challenging, yes, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, we need, our role is to I like this word of cracking the code on the surface of the water. You know that?
Yeah.
And it's like matrix. You know, things are the way they are, and as human beings, we try to understand what's behind this. You know, and at this moment, it's unreachable. We cannot do it. We cannot go faster with a sailing board faster than 120 kilometers an hour. We don't know how to do that. So we need to find this little place where we can just like crack it and do it.
Yeah, yeah. But you will, and if you don't, you have a wonderful learning experience.
If we don't, we are learning so much.
Yeah.
We are revolutionizing the I would say the water sports.
Yeah.
We will, and anyhow, whatever happens, gigantic world record or not, the journey is incredible. What we're doing is totally incredible. People are just like watching us.
Yeah, it's all about the journey. So that was I was wondering, because you're a highly sensitive man, it means also in general that you can spot differences in non-verbal languages, language, for example. And so how does that work? When you know that Antoine is in Israel right now, and you know that things are not going as planned, and maybe you also see him in the videos or you speak to him on camera, are there certain things that you, as a highly sensitive man, can immediately see or observe or analyze that things are not going well, or that's his mood, a special mood that he is in now, or he might need this in a personal way?
What's great is that Antoine has such a great experience. So, as you know, he's been 25 times world champion. He's racing since '92, and he's just past 49. So his experience, and he's running against guys that are like 25, 30 years old at most.
Yeah.
So it's what he's doing is totally crazy. It's like this guy is it's not human, I would say, but his experience is tremendous. But on my side, I don't talk much, but I just a few things. Every single day I send him messages. I send him like just one thing that I get from the day, because I look at the races during the day, and I can see what the kind of mistakes he makes. But in the meantime, how engaged he is. So it's all about just like reassuring him on who he is, how powerful he is, and that's what he needs, you know, because he is. He doesn't have the best gear. He didn't train like the others. He's not fit as he could be, just because of building his house, and they're waiting for a second kid. So his wife Paola is 6 months pregnant. So, you know, it doesn't help for a great champion to be competitive. But by being there day by day, he's training and getting better and fit and being back in the game. And my role, I will say, is, if I have any, is just about sensitivity. It's like, it's okay. Great day today, or this thing happens, but tomorrow will be another day. You know, forget about the first 2 days. It's okay. It's just like some kind of tuning, you know, some kind of remembering how tough is the game. Because the others, they're not here to allow the world champion to be champion again. Mm-hmm. They're here to beat you. You know? So one evening, like some guys were teasing him because he was like a loser, and he said, "Yeah, they're shooting me as a loser." And I was like, I mean, remember what you've done to them. They didn't grab any world title because of you. So I mean, that's part of the game. So it's okay.
Yeah, that's another mindset. Yeah. So I can also imagine that when you see the non-verbal language that's changing, that maybe sometimes when you already feel things or know beforehand, just because you know, that you can work preventative with Antoine or with other members of the team. How does that for you?
I mean, you just like you can feel that and just change it by just one word. And it's very important that you say this word. So if I have any kind of advice from my own experience, when you're highly sensitive, you feel so much, and you just hide. You say, okay, no, I won't say that. But you can, and it can really help the others, and it can help you because when you're part of an organization, you know, that can be something very delicate. But the person is in such a stress that this just a short sentence might make a whole difference. You know, just one sentence. It's all good. It's not that bad. It's not about you. Just, you know, can say to someone, yeah, it's, the environment is difficult. It's okay. Just like keep pushing. Mm-hmm. Things will change. That's enough. You know.
Yeah.
So it's about grabbing things and giving a gift back and allowing yourself to do it. It's okay.
And what if you don't? What if you don't give it back in the sense of expressing what you see or what you feel? What usually happens or can happen?
So first, if I don't, I know the consequence, and most of the time it happens. So the bad thing happens, but sometimes it's on purpose. Sometimes it's good to let a person just feel and live the experience. But in the meantime, if you come back to the person and give this key word and sentence, it can have a very big influence, really deep, mm-hmm. And you can see the change.
And what happens if you don't say it? What happens within yourself? What kind of internal reaction do you get?
Regrets. If you don't say it and you might have said it and you wanted to say it and you hide, it's regrets. You're like, don't feel good because you feel responsible, you know? So in the meantime, it's all about expressing yourself, or if you want to, or if you choose not to, you don't. And you know why. There's a good reason, you know? Does it make sense?
Yeah, I know how you act in daily life. Yeah, and I can imagine that it's good to hear what happens internally in your physiology when you don't say things that you observe, analyze, because it's not always appropriate, but it can really help people. But
sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not appropriate. Just, I mean, don't do it.
Mm. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I know.
Thank you, Suzanne. Okay. Ciao, ciao. Bye. Bye, everybody. Thank you.